push it to the limit.
Let's get to our second topic. We're not really gonna discuss this topic or this exact thing too hard, but we'll get into a little bit about our experiences involved, sort of, to this topic, which is Facebook is shutting down its speed dating service on January 20th.
What?
Yeah, none of us used Facebook's
Yeah,
speed dating service.
January 20th. That's like, what's like that gave me like 5 days to try it out. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
of its existence.
but I think we've all tried
Get on now.
online.
Yeah, I gotta
I think
get
we've all
on it
tried online
now.
dating services of some kind.
Yeah,
We've all
yeah.
had different experiences. I think Jordan, for the most part, has been more successful on these fronts than either you or me, Sean.
I'll get into that in a bit, but yeah, Jordan, what
It's good because you're. I wouldn't say that by like any means that you're what I think the internet considers an alpha male, but I mean,
yeah, I'm not an alpha male.
but you've never been one to subscribe to these kind of titles or this type of.
Yeah, I just do what I do, and
I'd full on say that you're a man's man. You're happy being who you are.
Yeah,
And
like
that's, I think-
I have confidence in who I am, cause like
the dick's not big. It's just impressive.
It's impressive. Like
Jordan-
I said,
Jordan
the dick's
Dick is like
it's
big.
it's pretty big, but
It's
I don't.
impressive.
Cause it's been a part of me for so long. It's like
what do you say? The gateway to BBC?
yeah, that's why I always say the gateway to BBC, cause it's not really like, that big. It's not porn star big, but it's just like, it's just the gateway
Honestly, I
big.
kind of think that's debatable.
No,
but-
well, no,
It's-
no, because I think you do have porn star big enough because
It's like
that's
like seeing your own face.
what
You
is
never
porn-
really seeing your own face.
I know my dick.
talking over each other.
I know my dick is okay enough for porn.
Yeah,
It's like porn
Yeah,
minimum.
exactly.
My dick is porn minimum.
Exactly. You never
Mine-
really know.
Mine is POV minimum. It's
Well,
definitely not porn minimum.
I think it was
It's,
what was it? I think it was a flagrant 2. They're like, well, the chicks just have small hands. That's what the thing is in
Yeah.
porn.
Yeah, that's. I don't know those big booties that tell everyone's story.
Their
Okay.
booties only look so big because their hands are small.
All right, but real talk. Well, if we were to get back to the dating sites, I literally joined every single one.
What was your luck on every single dating site?
I did really good on Grindr.
On
Yeah. Grindr's is pretty.
And it-
okay,
honestly,
wait, but you were someone that but you're not hiding it. You're someone that did experiment with your. I wouldn't even say experiment. You were comfortable enough to have those. I'm not someone that dated other men.
Be
but
real.
But you did. You dated men.
I didn't date men. I've just had sex with men.
Okay.
So there wasn't like a dating.
Exactly. Like I've
I've
literally got paid to like get my dick sucked by a man, and it just that's pretty.
I'd like to point out
That's my limit.
I want to point out where we're all at on like the sexual spectrum of men. Sean is a single father.
Yep.
Jordan is a swinger, and I guess I fall under incel.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you would like to
Well,
call
that's
yourself
just it.
that,
Like I wouldn't say I'm involuntary celibate because
but if someone,
it's not like I'm going
like
out of
that.
my way to be.
but someone on the outside
I like
looking,
the idea.
yeah,
Of
the idea.
involuntary.
Well, it's like I mean,
Okay.
I might even say voluntary because again, like I've dated in the last X amount. Obviously, it's been a little hard with
Lately,
the
it's hard.
pandemic.
It's
Wait,
harder.
one at a
than
time.
It's
pandemic.
been hardly lately with the pandemic, but I was dating a girl before the pandemic, and I was like, okay, but like
It wasn't.
I was
One at a time.
I was understanding I was kind of understanding what I knew I had to bring to a relationship, and I was understanding what I thought a modern woman should bring to a relationship.
Yeah.
And you're someone that's very much you are very much a partner with your
Yeah. Yeah. What?
again because you're a swinger, but so is your girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're both hot. So,
Yeah. Yeah. We.
You're both sexy bitches.
We're in an open relationship, and
There's no way around that.
we do
So
our own
again,
thing.
If
But
I
like-
just go back to just the dating sites, it was funny because With Tinder at least, I was getting a few, but it just definitely wasn't worth it. It was like you just had to like there was a point where you just have to, like, conversation starters, and at the point it was just like, well, are we gonna be meeting up? Like, is this gonna be a
Yeah,
thing?
it never really escalates. I think I only met like no, that wasn't never through Tinder.
And so this was funny. So then on
Well,
Bumble though,
well,
wait,
just to catch up, like just to cut both of you off real quick. I have a cousin who straight up has like gotten married and had a kid with someone she met on Tinder. Yeah, and like
okay,
yeah,
so
I've
that's
never
like
met
the
anyone.
0.01%.
That
Yeah,
is-
like I've never met anyone on Tinder. Like,
That was for
like I've had better luck with like chicks just stargazing my eyes in a bar.
yeah, like Tinder. I don't know. I don't even think that's just like really like based from like just to get married off of. I don't know that.
Well, and again, I don't think
I thought it was like a hookup site, but it's really just like kind of just like more of a travel buddy and going to restaurants kind of site. I don't know. It's just like it's never really.
Well, and wasn't
I
that
never
kind
really
of the
meet up
point
for
of Bumble? Which going back to
Yeah.
Sean, how was your luck on Bumble?
Pretty bleak. Like I got a few matches, but like when you send the message, I guess they only give the other person like 24-hour notice. So unless they hit you up in 24 hours,
Well,
there's
and I know
nothing.
you, Jordan, you were having pretty good luck on Bumble.
I don't think I ever. Okay, I
I
got
remember-
matches, and
you-
then people hit me
One
up,
at a time.
but we never really met up. There was one person that I was pretty promising, but we never really made plans or anything. So I never really did Bumble.
I do remember you hyping up Bumble though. Or
Yeah.
I remember you mentioning it.
I
more
was
than
having it
once.
because yeah, like the women have to hit you up first, so it's kind of promising, but it's all really up to you to escalate. Maybe it was the timing. There's only pretty like only one person I feel like I truly matched because like we really much like, oh yeah, something about American Dad and Family Guy. If you still watch that, yeah, hell yeah, American Dad, Family Guy. I love American Dad, Family
yeah.
Guy. But we never met up. I could probably like download Bumble again and hit them up and see how they're doing, and it still could be on. But that's only one person,
Well,
and she was a black
Camera
woman.
too.
I feel like
you don't get that.
I feel like Tinder and Tinder
What you're looking at.
and Bumble are just for like kind of for Caucasians. It's just that's just how it is. That's the way it is.
Yeah, and again, like I got some matches, but one of the biggest problems was just not having the replies back quick enough. So
The replies and for some reason it's just like
and if I like Grindr though was wild.
why did like Tinder
Well,
and
Sean,
Bumble
you-
become like
you
a
and-
travel agency? Like every girl loves to travel.
Oh yeah,
yeah, no, you and I both tried seeking arrangement,
yeah.
which I did have like legitimate discourse with some. Like I was bummed because like one of them was like, "Oh man, this might go well," but like it didn't. So I mean, like it's not like it went bad. It didn't go anywhere. But like
I feel like seeking arrangements is something that you just have to be on long enough, and you'd have to definitely be. I don't know. I felt like I was good on secret arrangements. I just wasn't on there long enough. I feel like if I was on there long enough, then I probably could have easily been like a sugar baby.
Well, and I kind of did like a little bit of research in terms of like that lifestyle, and a bunch of people were talking about like you need to be dedicated to it. It's not something like you're not gonna like just
It's work.
You're not gonna meet exactly. That's what they said. Like you're not gonna meet someone.
Yeah, it's
online.
more of a
You
companionship.
have to be dedicated to like being there for someone. You
Yeah.
have to like if you're not like willing to go skydiving, then like just dab out now.
Yeah, it's definitely
Ain't
more.
nobody got time
It's
for
more
that.
of a
Yeah.
commitment.
I
It's more
mean-
of a yeah.
No, I'm
Super
like
duper
I'm just like
time for
I'm
that.
like
it's,
okay,
it's
well,
definitely
like,
a companionship thing. It's not
Yeah.
just straight up just like texting like a older woman every
It's-
like
it's
every
not-
like
it's not-
2
it's-
days.
So have you guys?
2 days.
It's not the
So-
same basic deal sugar babies are gonna get.
Yeah.
with the sugar daddy.
Real
Yeah.
talk. Have you guys heard of salt daddies though?
Salt daddies.
So a salt daddy is basically a guy who poses himself up and he's like acting like, he's very machismo,
Yeah.
and he has a bunch of money, and he takes women out,
Yeah.
and she shows him a good night,
There's
and
tons of that. There's tons of
they
that.
have a
There's a lot of
they have a
that.
good amount of like intercourse and stuff, but then it turns out
He
he's
broke.
broke.
Yeah. There's a lot of
So
that.
so it's literally the opposite of a sugar daddy. Homeboy ain't got no money. He literally smashes and dashes.
That's okay. So like I said,
Salt daddy's big right now.
like I said, I'm in an open relationship, and then my partner is got encountered a lot of those.
A lot of salt daddies.
A lot of like they never get to intercourse, but it's just like they
Right,
make
you just
promises.
know.
It's like they make promises that they
So-
can't cash.
So the funny thing about this is like salt daddies are being big right now, and it's like women realizing like, oh, guys are just trying to play the game, right? And it's the funny thing is like they're just realizing this, as if guys haven't been upscaling themselves since day one. They're coining a term right now called salt daddies, as if guys haven't been hyping themselves up to be more than they actually are.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a humbling one. It's called Splenda Daddies, but it's not sugar.
It's your low fat.
It's not
your
sugar.
low fat
It's not all the
daddies.
sugar, but it's still a little sweet. It's still a little sweet.
So Blended daddies.
So
For you low-calorie bitches out
there's
there.
been
Is
the
that like a diet daddy?
no. I mean, it's just like it's not like I said. It's sweet, but it's not.
It's for you low-calorie bitches out there.
Yeah, okay. I don't know about low calorie bitches.
What's the
but
word? What's the word you like? to
maybe
use?
low calorie in quotes.
What's the word you like to use, Sean? Mid.
Very mid. Very mid. It's for you mid bitches out there. It's what you can afford. What you should be looking towards.
For Slayer, for
The
Splenda.
Splenda daddies.
So
Like, honestly,
like
most girls should be just looking for Splendid daddies.
like at the end of the day, it's like
You know, it's sad. You honestly,
I
bitches
wouldn't-
now be skipping on Splendid
it's
daddy. I'd be Splenda.
What's an age appropriate daddy? Is that like a
Actually, that's a great question.
what's like
Like 80. 80 at least. Like, you know what? Like, he needs to be like walking with a cane.
no. It gotta be
Dude,
like
fucking, all feelings, no facts. All feelings, no facts.
65. Give me like
Actually, 65 is pretty good.
Retire. You gotta be retired and got that money coming in.
Man, you gotta.
You gotta blow it all. You know,
Fucking
like
homeboy got diabetes
like-
here. He's
it's
like
like,
trying to pay for insulin.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Honestly, though.
So you're like, I've been here for a long time, so I don't know when my time is coming
Yeah.
with that money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it depends, but I'm just saying, like, I think Splendid Daddy's not for the mid bitches because some mid bitches be like, got the supreme cooch in the head, so it's like that will make them
You
more
ain't
than
wrong.
mid.
So, but the interesting thing about that is though, like we get into an interesting topic about just
Exactly.
like women's worth.
Exactly. So some hot girls don't even try that
well,
hard.
and that's just it. It's going into worth is okay. So like going back to like the actually dating into like
Yeah.
wherever we went. So when I was dating before the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
The girl I was dating, she didn't really particularly have like a job or a career or any discernible skills, any type of like education or anything particularly going for her,
Yeah.
and she still thought she was a 10. And it's like that's not the way the world works anymore. Like,
Mm.
I mean, and I think that's one of the reasons why we have this whole dynamic of chicks being able to sell their bodies, because like one, there's a market for it, and I think I just heard another podcast. Hate to bring podcasts into this podcast, but it was just this idea of like shelf life. It's this idea. It's like, all right, you know what? You get this money for now, but if you don't know how to invest it, you don't have money for the future. So it's like, yeah, you're with this sugar daddy, you're living lavish, you're getting paid, but you're spending it on like Balenciaga, Louis, and then the next thing you're
35 and you've aged out. You can't be a sugar baby anymore.
And what happens to your money? Now you got these Balenciaga, and like, what are you doing? You're selling that Balenciaga to fucking pay for a fucking room.
Well, it's not to say that like that's the position of like every woman, because
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
because
But-
again the chick I was dating, I don't want she didn't have any of that, but
Yeah.
like to have any
that mindset.
well, and then to sit there and like again, I think we both kind of had this mentality of, well, you don't really have anything going for you. And it's like, well, I was like building sets and working in theater at the time. So as far as I was concerned, like I had a job I
Yeah,
was
that's
happy
that's
with.
something that
I
you're
had,
doing.
I was cool with what I was doing. And it's like, you're doing nothing. How are you going to like, how are you going to like just be completely disinterested in what I'm doing? First
Yeah,
of
so
all,
I think this is like an interesting thing that we're gonna like witness in like the next 10, 20 years. It's like, well, how much can you monetize? Like one, obviously, like these women can be sitting on a nest egg, but honestly, it's like, what are you doing with that nest egg? You know, how are you investing this money?
Yeah.
You know, if you're just buying condos that are just gonna eat up your money like long term, if you're just buying bags, like that money's not gonna last. You know, if you actually have like a good financial advisor
Yeah.
and let you know what's up, then guess what? Like that money's gonna last you long. And
Yeah.
honestly, you did right by your choice of monetizing this cultural phenomenon that's going on right now.
Yeah. I mean, but in his case, like there was no like nest egg. It was
No,
just
but
like
so that's an interesting perspective too
yeah.
of just maybe this wave of women thinking that their bodies are just gonna get them by.
Yeah.
well, and even at the base level, that's basically what this kind of was, which is like, well, like your worth isn't just you being a woman.
Yeah.
You need to be a fully fledged
Which
individual.
again, which is funny right now because it's like this is all first wave feminine shit. Like like women just wanted to work, and now you're telling me that like women are just going. They're it's kind of like it's being reductive right now, where it's like, well, we don't want to work. Well, then you're honestly shitting on the face of first
Well,
wave
and
feminism.
I'm like a big I'm a big support.
Yeah.
I've been a
I mean, it's like I don't even think
You're
like most
shitting
women
on.
think about it. It's like it's not that they don't want to work. They don't want to just like work and then put put their work into everything, into the whole thing.
Because
So
the one
like
thing we
they
don't
want
think about.
this one really like legitly like halfway or just like at least paying for something and then they'll get you back
and
on some
me
other shit later.
me
Right.
personally, one of my big dreams was
But
I want to be a stay-at-home father. Like I want
yeah,
like
yeah.
if
Well,
we're
wait.
because I grew up post-feminism, so in my head like, well, why can't I have a good woman provide for me so I can stay at home and raise my kids? I can stay at home
I'll
and
tell you why right now. Women don't marry down, which is a huge cultural dynamic. Is one thing that hasn't changed is the fact that women only marry up. They only date up.
Mhm.
And the problem with that is it's like, well, you don't have women who are taking the shitty jobs that men take, but then you want to date up on somebody who's doing better than those shitty jobs, which honestly those shitty jobs might be, paying more and like actually like sustaining like
well,
a
and,
lifestyle.
well, and all you have to do is just do a quick Google search and find, there's a ton of articles on women not being able to find men that are, making as much money as them in the current era. And it's like, well, that's it. Women need to be willing to date down because at the end of the day, men have dated down since the dawn of fucking time.
No, so statistics show that men date across and down, and women only date up. And sadly, I've only heard from people who have like researched this and people who are on this topic saying that that's actually not gonna change.
Well,
So that's
I
an
don't think it's
interesting.
going to change either, but I think
That's-
I think someone needs to be able to say, hey, because at the end of the day, like whatever partner you and I, because you and I are the ones that are single right now, they're probably going to be across from us. They're not. What is? I mean,
Well, but see, it's so funny that you're saying like across, like like again, me being a guy wouldn't be opposed to dating down. I think it'd be interesting if I found somebody who was above me, like who was definitely making like exacerbated amount more than me to actually
well,
dig
and
me. So I think
what is dating down? Because again, I think there's a set skill. I think there's a set level of what a man should be that women expect, and I think that.
well, let's say like you have a career, but your girlfriend has a part-time job. Like she's like looking to like grow herself, but at the moment she has a part-time job. I think it's hard for a woman to already have a career and then she finds a man who has a part-time job. I think that dynamic would be
And
different.
that I understand because she's too busy having a full time job. When's she gonna meet unless she's like,
Unless she's Jordan.
unless she's like smitten with the grocer,
Because
then like,
Jordan's got that porno cock.
Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. Speaking of cock,
Ooh.
no,
We didn't even get to me being on Grindr.
right?
You haven't been on Grindr?
Yeah, just promote the cock.
No, Grindr is actually really easy. It was a little too easy. I don't have a Grindr anymore, so sorry everyone. I was on it for 2 weeks. Got an insane amount of matches, insane amount of people. Saw a whole lot of inappropriate pictures, and had a whole lot of sexy talk. Didn't go through with any of it, cause your boy ain't got the time.
I mean, men are the best at sexy talk.
No, actually, I was having to engage. You'd be surprised. There are actually so many bottoms. It was crazy.
I mean, I was just saying shit out of my ass.
Oh yeah, no.
I have no idea.
It was very much. There was one person who I kind of feel bad for getting rid of my account because he was close and he seemed like really really cool. Like I actually probably would have like connected with him, but yeah, for the most part, it was just. I mean, I was upfront. I was just like, people asking you like, "What are you doing on Grindr?" And I'm like, "Ah, dude, I'm fucking horny. Like, I just want to fuck." And yeah, that was basically the mid. That was the mid. Just being horny. I wanted to fuck, and everybody you meet on there was pretty much down for it. Unsolicited pictures everywhere. I had a picture of my face, which was probably the wrong thing because everybody fucking like was on my shit. It was an insane amount. It was quite literally the exact opposite of Tinder and Bumble, where I couldn't keep up. And which is sick to say. Like I feel
Couldn't
sick.
keep up or couldn't keep it up.
Your boy was keeping it up, but no, it was honestly I've never been in a position in my life where I haven't been able to message that many people. And I felt how overwhelming it was, and it was just so overwhelming. Where I was just like, no, this is honestly too much.
what?
Being on Grindr.
Oh yeah. It is a lot.
He was too appealing to the gays.
It is a lot, but I straight up got OnlyFans subscribers from Grindr, but then they're like even too aggressive. I was like, okay, no, there's no way we're gonna meet up